All right, runners, let's talk about how Pilates can help keep you injury-free, but also improve your performance as well. And whether you're a weekend runner, a marathon runner, or someone who wants to be an elite runner, Pilates can work for you.
Welcome to OnlinePilatesClasses.com, the most supportive Pilates-loving community across the globe. Enjoy new weekly classes from our amazing teachers. Download the OnlinePilatesClasses.com app today.
Hi, I'm Lesley Logan, co-founder of OnlinePilatesClasses.com, and I've been teaching Pilates since 2008, but doing Pilates since 2005, and I was a runner. I was a sponsored runner. I was a running coach for a sponsored team, and Pilates is literally what kept me injury-free as I went into running again. So let me tell you a little about my running career. I actually became a runner in high school, wanted to be a cross country and track runner like my dad. And I was really great at running, not a fast runner, but really good at it. And so I did a little retirement years because of some injuries I was having in college. When I got into Pilates, I realized I felt stronger around my hips. I was having less aches and pains. And so I actually picked running back up. And in 2013, I was running competitively again in marathons, winning half marathons with my running partner. And I got to actually train elite runners. All of the elite runners that I got to train the year that we did Pilates with them, all made it to the Boston Marathon injury-free. And I am so excited for them for that. And you can have that too. So let's get into it. Why should runners cross-train with Pilates? Well, first of all, running is very repetitive, as you know. We don't have to talk about that. And it can actually create a lot of impact on certain joints of the body. Also, running can affect posture and create tightness in certain parts of the body. So Pilates is actually the opposite of those things. It's going to help balance imbalances. It's going to improve strength. It can go with you anywhere, which is another reason why I love Pilates for runners. You can actually do it at a park, on the ground, in the grass, before or after you run. We'll get more into that. So it's going to create mobility and longevity, not just for your running career, but for your life. And so Pilates really, truly is the thing that helped balance imbalances in my body, which prevented injuries in knees, hips, and more. Pilates is really key when it comes to improving your form as a runner. When you improve your form as a runner, you improve your performance as a runner. So whether you're trying to win a race or just make it to the finish line, adding Pilates to your running practice is going to improve that performance and get you there. If you're curious about the benefits of Pilates for athletes, check out the video that we did to help improve athletic performance using Pilates. I want to talk about some exercises for 3 key areas for you. We're going to talk about strength, flexibility, and injury prevention, and we'll give you exercises for each one of those. First, we'll talk about strength. Strength training for runners is super key. You know this. I don't have to sell you on it. But what I will say with Pilates, especially on the mat, there are so many exercises. I'm only going to talk about 5, but there are several exercises that are going to help with the strength training that you need to improve your performance. These 5 that I'm pointing out to you are great for the core strength, but also connecting your entire center. In Pilates, we consider your center the muscles around your axial skeleton. So think tailbone, the crown of your head, and the muscles around your upper back, right? So front and back. So when you do the single leg stretch and double leg stretch, single straight leg stretch, you'll see all 3 of these exercises actually require your arms to work from your back. This is going to help you with your posture, but also be working your core strength at the same time. And as you can see with single leg stretch and double leg stretch, you're actually stretching your hip. With single straight leg stretch, you're actually going to be stretching your hamstrings while also activating them, which is super key in making sure that you not only have strength of the hamstring, but mobility with that hamstring. Double straight leg stretch is probably one of my favorites because it works your inner thighs, outer hips while working your core. We also get to open up your shoulders and push your head into your hands to help increase that upper back strength. And crisscross. We all need to twist things out every once in a while. And so crisscross is a great way to wrap up these 5 exercises. And a twist to that spine, something we don't really do when we're running, while also strengthening our core. If you're new to Pilates, these can be overwhelming, so check out our Pilates for Beginners video. It will actually explain how to have proper form and understand the transitions and connections you'll need to do Pilates. Flexibility and mobility are key for having a long career as a runner. And career might be a strong word, but just having a long passion for running that you get to keep up with, right? So I have a few exercises here that are going to help with those tight hips, tight hamstrings, tight back that will prevent those in the future and also create mobility and longevity in your running career. My absolute favorite exercise for all runners is a single leg kick. It is amazing. As you can see, you are propped up, opening your chest. So you're working your upper back, thoracic spine, trying to get some mobility there while also working your core against gravity. And most importantly, using your hamstring to pull your foot to your seat and stretch the front of your hip. So it's not all stretch. It's got strength and flexibility combined into one exercise. It's nice and dynamic. I love this as a warm up for a sprint day or a speed day. It can be really great. But if you had a long distance day, it's essential. Look, I don't like to stretch either, right? I don't want to stretch at the end of a workout. I want to stretch at the end of a run, but I promise you adding the single leg kick and these next two exercises are going to be key for that longevity you're looking for. Thigh stretch, I never ever skip thigh stretch. Even though I don't run competitively anymore, I still have quads that have to be stretched, right? All the things that we do all day long. And so thigh stretch is an incredible exercise for opening the front of your thighs while asking your inner thighs to be working and using your hamstrings and glutes to help you with that. You cannot do this exercise without those hamstrings and glutes. So not only are you going to be getting some mobility in the front of your hips, but some strength for the runs you're about to do. And lastly, the saw. This is probably my runner's favorite exercise to do. In fact, I had several elite runners who would want to do more reps than they needed to of the saw. But there's something so nice about the saw because, again, it has that twist from crisscross we're looking for, but it also has some flexion. So you're going to get to stretch your lower back and around your hips. It requires us to activate those hamstrings and glutes that we got from our single leg kick and our thigh stretch, but you're going to get some great mobility in your lower back. It's going to be wonderful after a long run. Greater flexibility helps your stride and makes running feel smoother. Injury prevention is key for a runner. No one wants to be sidelined, walking things off or resting. And so how we do that using Pilates is that we're actually going to balance your imbalances. See, Pilates actually requires us to use all the little muscles as well. So when you're doing Pilates, you're actually letting the bigger muscles like take a break because we're doing quality reps and bringing in those smaller muscles, which help prevent imbalances in your body that can be the next source of an injury. So when you're doing these exercises, you'll see that these exercises are going to actually work on balancing the imbalances around your knees, hips, and especially your lower back. Single leg circles is one of my favorite exercises that will prevent injuries because it really does work on mobility in the hip while also asking the hamstring to stretch. It's also an asymmetrical exercise. So if you notice that you have a dominant side that's a little bit stronger, you can actually perform this on the side that needs more attention, then the strong side, then go back to that weaker side and give it that attention that it needs. You're going to get great mobility of the hips, like I said, but also it requires a core strength to work and the standing leg hamstring to turn on as well. So it's a full body exercise the whole time. Next is spine stretch forward. This dynamic stretch of the lower back requires the core to work. So you're getting more core strengthening exercises to help open up that lower back, but also your hamstrings have to activate so you stay out of your hip flexors, which is going to allow you to do an active static stretch on those hamstrings, helping you prevent injuries in the future. Side leg kicks might be the series of exercises that I swear help me make it up 2 flights of stairs a day after running a marathon without any hip or knee problems whatsoever. So the side leg kicks, you're actually working both sides of the body at the same time, but you're really strengthening those glute needs while you do it. And it's going to stretch the hamstring while also strengthening the core and challenge the stability of your center, your entire torso. So I love the entire series, front, back, up, down, little circles and big circles. Promise you, the second side is going to be harder. So I would definitely do that weaker side first, then the stronger side, go back to the weaker side. You're going to balance those imbalances. Swimming is one of my favorite exercises to give runners because it's dynamic, it requires you to use your breath, and it strengthens the entire back body while stretching the front body. So if you can't do the arms, just do the legs. Can't do the legs, just do the arms and then add them together as you can. But it's incredibly strengthening for the entire back body, which again is going to help with posture, prevent injuries that happen from us starting to fold forward. And lastly, standing marching. This is really great because it helps you understand how to pick your knees up from your center, right? It's really easy for us to train those hip flexors to do all the work, but can you be light on your feet while picking up those knees? And you're like, Lesley, I do high knees all the time. This is very different. This requires 1 foot to be on the ground and then 1 foot to be in the air. And all of the runners that I taught this to have accredited this to why they fall better or don't fall at all. In fact, when you do standing marching, you're really training your body how to pick your feet up quickly in case you miss a step or your shoe gets caught on some part of the sidewalk. The marching is one of my favorite things for balancing imbalances and preventing injury for runners. I know what you're thinking. Lesley, I'm sold. I want to do Pilates, but when do I add it in? This is key information. First of all, any amount of Pilates is better than no Pilates. So if what I'm about to say next feels complicated or overwhelming, just get started whenever you have the time. You can just pick up 1 or 2 exercises at a time and add it in and see how it starts to feel. But if you want to know how I added in with runners that I worked with, so on our shorter run days, our more speed days, we did Pilates after. right? We had the running first, then we did Pilates after. On the long running days, the long distance days, we did Pilates beforehand. So that is how I like to use it, because after you're done with the long run, do you really want to do one more thing? No. So you do your Pilates beforehand. It's a great warm up for getting things going and improving your form for those long running days. Now, what's really cool about mat Pilates is you can literally do it anywhere. We would do this on the bluffs in the park, doing it outside without any props whatsoever. No mat, no towels, just on the grass. You know, obviously you have to be careful of the grass allergy, but you could throw a towel down if you need to. You don't need anything fancy, right? If you are wanting to add in a full hour of Pilates, you want to have a bit more time with it, you think you want to have access to equipment, you're going to want to consider doing Pilates on your off days for those longer practices. But truly, if you just want to add it in a little bit, you can do 20 or 30 minutes. An OPC class would be actually very excellent for doing, and just log on, press play, do it outside before you go on your run or when you return. If you're really interested in understanding the foundations of Pilates, check out fullbodyin15.com. I will present to you a workshop on almost every single one of these exercises that I talked about today. So you'll learn how to do them as if you're becoming a teacher of them, and then you'll have a 15-minute workout you can follow. It makes it really easy to add into your practice. If you are familiar with Pilates and you're looking for workouts, go to opc.me/challenge and choose our 4-week mat challenge. It'll allow you to add in 10 minutes week 1, 20 minutes week 2, and build upon your routine as you're ready. Thank you so much for letting me nerd out with you about Pilates and running. As you can tell, this is something I'm quite passionate about, but truly, it really did save my knees, save my hips, save my lower back, and I am here today able to do all the things that I do because I did Pilates with my running career and with my running practice, and I hope you do too. If you would actually like to have my feedback on your form, answering your questions all the time, check out OPC. We have new classes every single week. It's really easy to add these in and do the mat classes no matter where you are, so you can add it into your running practice already. Go to onlinepilatesclasses.com/YouTube. If you have questions, you can drop in the comments below. We go live on Sundays at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Thank you so much. Happy running, and I can't wait to hear how you add Pilates to your practice.